you so much, Jamie and Leanne. My topic, I think I called it How to Get Yes Over 90% of the Time. But actually, the training I did here was in my team. What I did, I just shared a little bit about how to get yes all the time. So I'm not sure about you folks. I was a little bit scared of saying it this way because I'm thinking people are not going to believe you can get yes all the time. So let's get going on this a bit. First, my background. I'm an engineer. Engineers, like accountants, can be a little anal. We we we're thinkers. We really get scared when it comes to building relationships. I remember when I was introduced to the business by Andrea, and I introduced her to Bhupinder, and he recruited her, and then she asked me to come out and join her, and I said to her, "Look, I'm not going to sell anything. I'm not going to sell anything." I also said, "I'm not going to recruit anything. I'm not going to try to recruit anybody. Don't ask me to recruit." And what's interesting is that I was scared. I was petrified of going and talking to people in this way. I just give you an idea. And by the way, this might help some of you who are struggling how to get this thing moving. I was a middle level manager in an oil company. And I remember going to one of those functions where they would have tables, no chairs. They would have tables and they put different kind of food at different table. And the idea of that was to get you to mix, to get to know the other management folks. And I remember driving up to the event, parking my car outside, walking up to the door, peek inside to see if I know anybody that I could relate to. And didn't see anybody. I went back to my car, sat in my car for a while, waited until more people came in. And then I finally went up, looked around, didn't see anybody I was comfortable with. And you know what I did? I drove home. I went back home. Why? Just so petrified of talking to people, building a conversation. Now, when it comes to the technical stuff, I'm very comfortable. Put me in a room, give me something to do. I'm clear what I have to do. I'm great. But just could not get that conversation going with people. A total introvert. And then I joined this business, which required me to go talk to people I don't know, talk about subjects which I'm not comfortable, selling insurance, recruiting people. But I was fortunate enough to apprentice under Bhupinder Chima. And I don't know about you guys, if you have ever met Bhupinder and see him work to get yes from a client, you'll never forget the experience. And it's not because of what he says. In fact, I've never seen anybody use silence as well as he does. But he was just a master. And through observation, I realized this thing is not as bad as it sounds to me. The fear was so big. I remember going to a sales dogs training with Blair Singer while I just joined WFG. And at the event, he said, "Look, he's going to do a word association game." And the idea was he will say a word and you write everything that occurs to you for 10 seconds. And you know what? He put up salesman. And my Lord, at the end of my writing, I had almost every word negative. So that just gives you a sense of the fear I felt. So how do I go from that to being I recruited a lot of people. How did I get there? What makes me confident is the fact to tell you this, that you can get yes, is because I had to learn the hard way. So first I had to figure out why people buy. What motivates me, the seller, and how do I align that to the buyer? And then how do I get yes? So I'm going to go through this quickly. By the way, this is a training I do in the office. I can't train this here. I can just share information with you. And by the way, if you miss a lot of what I say, go back and review Daniel Pretty's conversation because you're going to see most of the same thing. So let's get right into this quickly. Why do people buy? for their own personal need, to get pleasure and avoid pain. That's the only two things. They will buy if they believe the solution is going to help them get pleasure or avoid pain. The other thing that must come through for the buyer is that they must see value. And lastly, they must trust the seller. If they don't have the trust in the seller, they'll go buy, but from somebody else. So let's get a little deeper. As a salesperson, why do you sell? Well, mostly we sell because we have our own needs that we're trying to meet. Maybe it's for an income. Maybe it's for a challenge, whether it's a group challenge or a personal challenge. Those are usually the reasons why salespeople go out to make a sale. So if I want to recruit somebody, I have an agenda why I need to recruit. But that agenda may not be aligned with the person I'm trying to recruit. So my job is to figure out, how do I create this alignment? And I want to give you just a couple of hints. So I'm going fast. I know I only have 6 minutes left. So I have to get onto the buyer's page. As a seller, I have to get on their page. I have to align with them. I have to make sure their needs are paramount in my presentation. I have to sell to their need. That's motivation. Sell to their motivation to buy. What if I don't know that need? By the way, that's why I only try to recruit people who I have spent time cultivating a relationship with. If I'm going to go to somebody I don't know, there is a simple thing I'm going to share with you that can help you figure out where the conversation needs to go. It's a simple gender age motivation paradigm that I'm hoping that you might be familiar with. And leaders need to understand this so you can coach those like me who struggle. So here it is. Everybody goes through what we call a morning phase and an afternoon phase of life. Right now, I'm in my afternoon phase. The things that appeal to me in my morning phase no longer appeal to me. So for example, right at the top of the chart, the left-hand side, you see wealth, riches, and power. Then adventure. The next is achievement, pleasure, respect, fun. That's the morning phase. I'd like you to guess, is that a morning phase for a woman or a man? And if you're there shouting men, yes, you're right. Take a look at the morning phase for a woman. It's family, it's independence, it's career next, fitting in, attractiveness, feeling loved. That's why they say yes to things. So you'll notice that women will do anything for family in the morning phase when they're growing their children. But I want you to take a look what happens after you cross to that afternoon phase, which is your mid-40s up. And especially when you hit your 50s, you're going to recruit somebody, you have to appeal to where they are. In my afternoon phase, spirituality takes number one. Personal peace, family comes after. You see, finally we start to switch because living God's will, honesty, humanity, that's what you have to sell to a male who is my age or after 50. For the women, it's a personal growth. They spend time with the children. Now it's time for themselves. Self-esteem, spirituality, happiness, generosity, forgiveness. So if I'm going to approach somebody and I don't know a lot about them personally, what they need, I go to this. So I know when I'm going to talk to a young person, it's a male, man, I got to talk to them about experience, ability to deliver in those areas, adventure, achievement, wealth, money, respect, having fun. For the women, you see what the difference are. For the older guy like me, you got to talk about the ability to achieve personal peace. For family, which is now the legacy area. For growth, spiritual growth, honesty. Talk about how experience is built by people who are honest. And you must approach this with humility. Don't go bragging to an older guy about your achievements. They don't care. They want personal peace. They want family. And for the afternoon, for the women, personal growth, giving them an opportunity to reach and achieve their potential, which they know is inside, but they didn't take time for in the beginning years. So this is something you should study. And now you can sell to anybody. You can get yes if you match what you're saying to what they need. What all of us need to do is learn how to sell experience. You have to learn how to make experience a value. Don't offer things to people when they don't need it. Actually, I believe in serving, not selling. So when I go, for example, if I was in a restaurant and somebody ordered food and all I have to do is bring the food to them, there's no problem they're selling. I don't have to worry about selling anything. I just deliver. So when I present to people, they will say yes or no. I only try to sell to those who say yes. And I don't worry about who they say, the ones that say no. So here we go. Know that you know. You have to know, be confident in what you're doing. Speak with confidence. Your eyes and your voice will betray you to the buyer. Always do the right thing for the buyer. If you're in there just for you, your energy will betray you. They know. Be a servant, not a seller. Give to them what they order. I heard one leader says, sell to people who want to buy. Recruit those who want to join. You always get yes when you're supplying an order rather than trying to persuade somebody to buy from you. I hope that makes sense to you folks. This is Delroy. I hope I just appeal a little bit to those who might come from where I'm coming from. You're shy, you don't know how to get going. Listen, just relax, breathe, go out and do your best. And your best is always good enough. Thank you, everybody.